You know guys, here I thought they weren't going to release more Engage news for a bit to give people some time to digest the already massive amount of information they put out there. But no, they just decided to release another 6-minute trailer showing in-depth game mechanics revolving around the Emblem rings. At the time of recording this video, there's only a Japanese trailer available, but I'm assuming an English one will drop pretty soon, possibly by the time this video goes live. However, people have already translated the trailer, so I'll still be able to analyze it for you. Let's begin! This trailer opens up with a clip of Marth and Alar saying, "Let's get engaged," which I find pretty hilarious. They're definitely playing around with the concept that Fire Emblem has become a very marriage-centric game over the years, and I think they're having some fun with the wordplay. We then see Alar's Engage form. It seems like every character who fuses into this special mode will look different. And this is not just limited to the main characters, as we've seen multiple side characters with this special form too. Whenever a character is fused in this special Engage form, they appear to levitate above the ground and seem to get some angelic accessories floating around them. It reminds me a lot of Byleth when they're in their Enlightened Ones class, and the little circles around the engaged character also reminds me a lot of the Dread Fighters from Echoes. Anyway, this trailer is all about showing the power of the rings. We start with some overland map scenes. At first, we see Louis the Armor Knight moving across some grassy plains, which gives me big Gaiden/Echoes vibes. And we then see a brand new character with silver hair who is riding a Wyvern, and I don't think we've seen her in any trailers before, though I might be wrong. We then see a clip of Alar attacking a fighter inside a castle, scoring a critical hit. We've seen a similar animation from male Alar previously, but I think this is the first time we see female Alar landing a critical. We then see Eddie shooting down another Pegasus Knight, because these trailers just hate Pegasus Knights for some reason, and then the mage Cram, or Pram, I kinda forget, blasting an Armor Knight with a fire spell. All these are things we've seen before, but it's cool to see them from other angles. We then see this scene of Marth being summoned with the Emblem ring, which we have also seen many times before. But then we get to see Diamant with the Byleth ring equipped. This is, to my knowledge, the first time we see Byleth in-game. We then get some explanation of how the rings will work in practice, though most of this we were already able to piece together on our own just from watching the clips. The trailer states that once a ring is equipped to a character, they will gain increased stats and also get access to unique skills. Whenever you attack with these rings, it appears that you can sometimes gain extra attacks, as shown in this clip with Alar attacking with and without the ring. On her own, she just attacks once, but with Marth, she actually attacks 3 times in a row. We then get a brand new clip of how the Engage mechanics will work. Once fused, the Engage character will get a new look, strengthened skills, access to brand new weapons, and even exclusive Engage combat arts. We see one of them activated, and it shows Alar attacking an Armor Knight rapidly in succession 9 times. That's like a Super Astra. We then get to see a bunch of Emblem rings together. We see Marth, Celica, Corrin, Byleth, Lyn, and Sigurd. Starting with Sigurd, we get to see a demonstration of his abilities. The trailer states that in Genealogy of the Holy War, Sigurd was known for his high mobility, and this is not an understatement. Guy was blazing fast. Whenever Sigurd's ring is equipped, he grants bonus movement to his wielder, and also a special ability called Overdrive, which attacks enemies in a single line and places the character on the other side of them. So kind of like a breakthrough/rundown attack. In the next clip, we get to see just how insane this movement bonus can actually get, as the character equipping the Sigurd ring gets 13 move. Yes, you heard that correctly, 13 move. Remember how people used to think that Engage would be a game with low movement values? Well, Sigurd says, screw that, I'm the Holy Knight, choo-choo! Next up is Celica. Her ability allows your character to split up their magic attacks, allowing them to kill 2 enemies in 1 turn. I'm assuming this effectively means you halve your damage, so it can only be used to clean up enemies on low health. We then see her other ability, Warp, which allows her wielder to warp themselves across the map at the cost of 1 HP, and then deliver an attack immediately, just like the witches in Gaiden/Echoes. Up next is Corrin, who can set the terrain ablaze and also create AoE healing tiles, similar to how the Dragon Veins used to work in Fates. Corrin also has an attack which deals damage to enemies in a line and creates puddle tiles below them, whatever that means. I'm assuming these might be hard to traverse, or maybe they synergize with other abilities. Then we get to see Byleth, and he has maybe the most broken abilities we've seen up until now. Not only can he buff the stats of all of his allies in a surrounding area, akin to the rally skills, but he can literally perform a Fire Emblem 4 style dance, where he refreshes up to 4 adjacent units. This is absolutely bonkers. One of the best Emblem rings we've seen thus far. Then lastly, we have Lyn. Her abilities prevents foes from counterattacking, and she's also adept at giving the character many extra attacks. Her ability is called Shooting Star, and it's a ranged attack that deals many instances of damage from afar, similar to a ranged Astra. We then get some explanation on how exactly the engage mechanic will work, but once again, these are things we've been able to piece together on our own. Once you are engaged, the form will last for 3 turns, but you can extend it by taking special actions. We've seen that the sword Alar comes equipped with in a previous trailer has the description Engage +1 on it, and we didn't quite realize what this meant back then, but now we definitely do. It means that every time he attacks with that sword, he extends the duration of the engage form for another turn. I'm assuming that there are many other ways, including unique weapons and combat arts, which will also extend the engage durations. I'm wondering how hard it's going to be to keep an engage form going, if it's going to be easy to chain them together so you can remain in an engage form for the entire battle, or if it's going to get progressively harder and harder as time goes on. The trailer then shows us some new units. Most of them we've seen before, but there are some new faces here. We see Diamant, Chloe, Alchrists, Fogato, and a roster of multiple characters. Most of them I do recognize, but there are a few unfamiliar faces here. We see this blonde girl here, who I think is named Citrine, going through the Emblem ring interface and equipping Celica's ring. We then see a brand new character summon Byleth. I don't know if she's made an appearance before, but I sure don't remember her. We then see Cram/Fram, sorry I mix them up all the time, summoning Lyn, and then we see Alar in her Byleth engage form attacking an Armor Knight and knocking it back 1 space with a special smash status appearing. So this is very interesting, reminds me of Shoving from the Tellius games. Also, something to note in this clip is that Alar is fused with Byleth, but she seems to be wielding Axis. I'm guessing Byleth grants her access to some special divine weapons from tree houses or something? It's the only explanation I can really think of, because Alar has never been seen wielding Axis before. Either that or Alar will get access on promotion, which could be kinda cool. However, looking at this clip, there is something even more insane. Thanks to Oof for pointing this out to me, by the way. Look at the minimap and layout of this chapter, and now look at chapter 22 from Tracia 776. This cannot be a coincidence. The layout is exactly similar. Not only that, but take this map shown in this clip and compare it to chapter 21 of Binding Blade. They are literally the exact same. This leads me to believe that we will be fighting on many historical battlefields from prior Fire Emblem games, and this isn't far-fetched considering we are literally summoning the characters from these games. I wonder if there's going to be special Gaiden maps tied to the various Emblem rings where you go back and fight on these historical battlefields to either obtain the rings or maybe to build bond supports with the characters you summon, or maybe if these maps will even be part of the main campaign. Now, there are 2 ways to look at this. You can either say, wow, that's so lazy, they're just copying old maps from older games. Or you can go, wow, that's so cool, we get to relive these amazing maps in this new game. I'm not entirely sure which camp I fall into yet, but I think I'm slightly more on the positive side than the negative one. At least it means we're gonna get some decent maps. Anyway, what do you guys think? Is this just lazy copying or a cool throwback? We then get to see a clip of another brand new character who we have not been introduced to yet, summoning what appears to be walls of ice that the enemies might have to break through in order to get at us. So that seems like a very cool ability, kind of like putting down several light runes, but destroyable ones. Again, I'm not sure if these can be destroyed, but they look destructible. I'm not entirely sure. It's then followed by another clip of this new character summoning illusion clones, so it appears they're taking some inspiration from Gaiden/Echoes. We also see another brand new character in their engage form fused with Lyn, using the chain attack to devastate an enemy Wyvern Rider. And then, to wrap it all up, we see Alar and Marth finishing their engage fusion. So yeah, that's another trailer analyzed. I wonder if the English version will have come out by the time this video goes up. It doesn't really matter either way, but it would be kind of annoying. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the analysis. There's a lot to unpack this time around, and most of it I do actually like. The emblem rings look fun to use, and the engage mechanic seems, excuse the pun, very engaging. I like the concept of trying to extend the duration as much as possible, and this can lead to gameplay where you are incentivized to push forward and remain in combat to reap the benefits, which dissuades turtling and prevents maps from slowing to a crawl. I also am very excited for the prospects of playing on older maps. I know this is not something brand new to Engage. There's many other Fire Emblem games which does throwbacks to earlier maps. Fates had a lot of DLC doing this, for example. But I do wonder if these maps will be relevant to the main story or delegated to side missions. It would be kinda cool if they had some kind of purpose in the main campaign. Anyway, that's going to be it for now. As always, if there's anything crucial I missed, please point it out in the comments, and you know the drill by now. Like, comment, and subscribe for more engaged news, and click on the playlist in front of you to be caught up on everything else I've covered thus far. My name has been Mangs, thank you so much for watching, I'll see you guys next time, bye bye!